What's up guys? So new coil packs are in, as you know from the last video. I also just put in the new NGK leads. What I've got today, slight change. So brought my laptop in. We're going to go into the ECU directly. I want to check a couple of things. I want to check the map sensors working, which is all connected. I've checked the lines, all absolutely fine. Nothing's come like loose or unplugged or anything like that. So yeah, so we're going to check that out, make sure the map sensor is reading like atmospheric pressure. So we should be seeing like 98 to 101 kPa on the reading. And then what we're going to do after that is we're just going to check the temperature sensor to make sure that the engine isn't thinking like the ECU isn't thinking that the intake's like some, I don't know, minus 20 degrees, so it's throwing in additional fuel to help with like that cold start. Because like I said, I did have that throttle body hose break off at the MOT, so obviously there's no coolant in there. So I'm wondering if something's just gone wrong with that. And the next thing we're going to do is just check the TPS. So that's the throttle positioning sensor, and we're just going to make sure that all of that looks good. And that there's nothing weird or funky going on with that as well. And if it's at 0%, as it should be, because no one's pressing the throttle, then great. If it's reading something, then we'll go through and calibrate it and reset it back to 0. So yeah, so let me get the ignition on, everything's plugged in, laptop's charging, music's going. So we're looking pretty good at the moment. So yeah, get back to you guys shortly. All right, so that's the car on, the ECU is connected, so we can see here the kPa is at 105, so that's pretty much to be expected, which is fine. So what we're going to do as well is look at just taking off the vacuum line, blowing on it, sucking on it, and just see if we can see that move. What we're also going to do is look at the intake temperature, which I've got no idea where that's going to be in here. So yeah, so let me have a quick look and I'll get back to you. So a little update. So the map sensor 105 kPa, don't know if you can quite see that. So that's obviously absolutely fine. TBS is at 0% too. So that's absolutely fine. IAT is 21C, which is absolutely fine. So everything looks absolutely fine. I've obviously moved the throttle. You'll see that is opening. You're getting the percentage reading there. So that's all absolutely fine. So next thing to do, take the vacuum line off the fuel pressure regulator, because that tees into the ECU. If I then suck on that line, we should see this map sensor go down. So at the moment it's just reading atmospheric pressure. So on to the next bit. What's up guys? So come back to it. If I suck on that vacuum line here, which goes to the fuel pressure regulator, I'm actually not seeing any pressure change. So what I've done is I've just blanked this off. So this goes to a T, which then goes to the throttle body and the ECU. So obviously that's not going to read anything, but then if I suck on it, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's holding pressure. So I don't think that's the issue. If I then, so let's try clamping this throttle body off. So 1 second, repeat it. So I've just clamped off the throttle body vacuum line. So now we should see the kPa on the ECU just change up a little bit. So I'll put you there. So that obviously works, and then the pressure is dropping, but I don't know if that's just because I haven't got enough clamp force on that, or if the leak's before. well, before that, so what next bit I'm going to do, take that vacuum line off here and then actually block it up somehow, and then take it from there and just keep going really. Just going to try every line possible. So see, you've got, so that vacuum line, fuel pressure regulator, goes to boost gauge, goes to throttle body, goes to ECU, and that's it really. So I'm just trying each line at a time really, and just rely on the ECU to tell me if it's seeing anything. So we'll keep going and keep you updated. So I was able to throw, well not throw, get some smoke through this little line here into the throttle body, or intake manifold, what you want to call it. Not seeing any smoke come out absolutely anywhere. Obviously the butterfly valve will be closed, so that should be stopping anything from going down into the intercooler, because I know that's obviously massive. So yeah, I wasn't seeing anything come out at all. So I don't think it is a vacuum leak. I think the next step I'm going to do is plug the laptop back in, trying to idle it and just see what AFRs on that is actually reading, and also check to see the fuel pressure regulator to see if that's got blocked somehow on the return line. So it's just getting stuck at a massive amount of fuel pressure, which is then just flooding the engine. But yeah, I think that's the next step really. I'm just trying to start with the basics really. You can obviously see the ECU, everything to the ECU is fine. The ECU itself is fine and is all working. Just one of them things at the moment, just got to troubleshoot, go through everything bit by bit, and eventually figure it out. And then once we know what the problem is, we can obviously fix it and then get back out there. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that, get the laptop up, I'll get you guys recording, so you can see the AFRs on the laptop as well, see what it's saying. And he's got all these vacuum lines back in first, of course. So we're going to crack on with that, and yeah, give you an update shortly. Alright, so let's give this a go. I'm going to just re-prime everything. That's priming. See what she's doing. Alright, so what we're going to do here is 100% throttle to clear out any fuel that's in there and take it from there. So we should see the injector PW at the bottom there is 0.00 milliseconds. When we do 100% throttle, that should go back down to 0.00, and then just give it some cranking. Maybe not. Well, that didn't quite work. But definitely gave us some more air, which she definitely liked.